Well, the Yankees are reportedly back in on the only big free agent remaining, and that is Jordan Montgomery. Now, the Yankees have been looking to add another starter basically the entire offseason. I think after they got Marcus Stroman, they were content with the rotation, but due to the Garrett Cole injury, they have been really adamant about looking at the options that are available. We know that they were interested in Blake Snell before he signed that contract with the Giants, and did talk with Snell before he signed that contract. But now it seems that the Yankees are interested again in Jordan Montgomery. Shockingly, at least in my mind, the Yankees were never heavily rumored to Monty. I thought it always just made a lot of sense because the Yankees need a durable, consistent innings eater starter, and Monty is that. And we know that he can pitch in New York. He was really solid for the Yankees despite what the organization believed in him because they did not have a lot of faith. So now the Yankees are interested in Monty again. They have contacted Scott Boras and they're talking with him about a potential contract. The exact quote from the article by John Heyman was, quote, "If Montgomery and the Yankees aren't each other's first choices, they may have little choice now. Sources say they are back in contact, a gap exists, but at least they're talking." Now, something of note here, John Heyman, who wrote this article for the New York Post, he is Scott Boras, who is Jordan Montgomery's agent, and John Heyman. They work together, so this could easily be Scott Boras saying, "Hey, the Yankees had some slight interest and just asked, oh, is Monty considering a contract worth around this much?" And all of a sudden, John Heyman is trying to spin something to increase the perceived value of Monty. So take it with a grain of salt here. But it would make a lot of sense for the Yankees because Monty doesn't have a lot of the issues that Snell had. Snell was extremely volatile. He didn't have a track record of health. And he was just going to be very expensive due to that qualifying offer attached. And we know that he went for that short-term deal, high AAV. It was going to be tough for the Yankees due to the luxury tax and due to losing a draft pick. I think Montgomery is going to try to get a longer-term deal. That's what all the reports are saying. And if you look at the type of player he is, he kind of has broken out already while just being a really consistent player. So it makes a lot of sense for him to try to get a long-term deal with a ton of security. And with no qualifying offer attached, it could make a lot of sense for the Yankees. If you give him a long-term deal, low average annual value, so the luxury tax isn't as hard. Who knows what's going to happen? But I think it ultimately is going to come down to, what does Jordan Montgomery want? The Yankees kind of gave up on him. They traded him for Harrison Bader and said, oh yeah, he's not a postseason starter. And he's proven them wrong. So does he want to return to the Yankees, a team that ditched him? And are the Yankees going to offer him a good enough contract? Because I don't think they would offer him a ludicrous one. But I could see an agreement coming into terms if it's the right one for the Yankees. If they say, hey, we get a lot of value here in this pitcher, and he's someone who's going to help us not just this year, but in the future. So we'll have to see what happens, but a little bit of Yankee news here. They're interested again in Jordan Montgomery.